Sonic the Poster Mag Issue 5. In Oil Ocean Zone, we see a giant piece of machinery called the pump serving as an actual source for all that oil being dumped, which is impressive of them to explain. Sonic wants to put out action, thinking that it'll eventually pollute the entire planet, somehow. You know how long that would take to happen? Tails complains that everything's so slippery in the zone, which would make sense since it's full of oil, so I like this too. It's like reality ensues. It would have been really annoying if you were constantly slipping in Oil Ocean Zone because of the oil. Sonic goes into an oil slide, Tails tells them to watch his step, and Sonic replies, "Cool, Tails, I know what I'm doing," being naturally annoyed at him nagging him unnecessarily. He explains that the oil slide is the quickest way to reach the pump. He defeats some badniks and spin dashes into the center of the pump, wondering what kind of advanced system he has to bypass to shut down its pumping machinery. This immediately made me assume that the opposite would happen and you wouldn't find any advanced system at all. That's the problem with this comic abusing the Fairly Odd Parents style comedy of, and then the opposite happens. It quickly becomes a cliche that makes the subversion not funny anymore because it's expected. Sonic asks why he's getting the feeling they've been set up here. Because you've been given a copy of the script ahead of time. Or your creator's pet made to look smart artificially. Or Sonic's a little bit psychic. That's the only in-universe explanation I can think of, so let's go with that. Sonic gets suspicious at the oil stopping with its gushing out too easily. Eggman sends a message to Sonic saying that the pump was there to lure him to a super bomb hidden on one of the platforms. That in 30 seconds will destroy Sonic and turn the entire oil ocean to a huge fireball. I love that Oil Oceans realistically being a huge fire hazard is taken advantage of in this comic. When you actually use references to the games and stuff, that's where it gets good. Because now these game settings feel a bit more fleshed out and real. Just a bit though, since this still isn't a planet with its own history to it like a Kinopolis or Metropolis. It still very much just feels like a place for Sonic to fight badniks in. But they're making a lot of effort making Oil Ocean Zone feel like a real place. Tails doubts that Sonic's fast enough to search the entire zone in seconds even though he can run at 700 miles per hour. And he calls Tails' Pixel Brain and asks him to help because he's running out of time. As Tails is so unindependent that he needed to be told to do that. Sonic runs off the edge, panicking in desperation to keep Eggman from winning, and instead of Tails catching him, or Sonic having found the bomb a long time ago with super speed, Sonic turns super again. Well, I like this better, even if it shouldn't have logically become this desperate. I just wish Super Sonic wouldn't roar. It makes an awesome and fascinating concept for Sonic look stupid and childish. Sonic, calling Tails Fox, tells him to get out of his way because while he forgot about Tails, he didn't forget about the bomb he wants to destroy. Meaning he's still focused on it because it was the last thing he was focused on, I suppose. Sonic attacks the giant egg-shaped bomb, with Tails worrying that he'll detonate it by simply attacking it, and being called Furball asking if he has any better ideas. Which he doesn't because this Tails is an idiot. Even though Kitsune in the Japanese mythology they came from have high intelligence as one of their major traits along with flight. Sonic says that with 4 seconds left, it's too late to be activated, so there's only one chance. He covers it with golden light and electricity while trying to fly even faster, explaining what he's trying to do out loud for the sake of the audience. He says he's trying to contain the eventual explosion within a cocoon of speeding air. Would that work logically? Then Sonic's back to normal, and Tails says there was no explosion. Good thing Sonic became normal again because the threat he was focused on originally was defeated. I guess that's how his super form is supposed to work. Or maybe he just got his energy exhausted just the right time. And since things are always easy enough for him as it is, it's good for sake of tension that he can't go super whenever he wants like every other Sonic can. Tails carries Sonic away, ending the story. This issue is by Loostringer. It was easily my favorite of the Poster Mag stories because it had Super Sonic in it. I just love Sonic having his inner love of destruction come out as an evil super form. He goes super out of desperation to stop a bomb from turning all of Oil Ocean to a fireball. It's nice that they make Oil Ocean feel more logical and realistic, as not only is it slippery, though we don't see Tails slip, but it being a giant fire hazard is reference of the big problem. And that's probably why Eggman made it in the first place. So Sonic goes super in desperation and fixes the problem by creating a cocoon of wind with his speed that prevents the explosion from escaping it. It's always nice to see Sonic using his super speed creatively, in ways that, well, it's not in the games, so what? Because it makes logical sense for him to be able to do that.